Well, hello everyone. This is Carrie back with Family eBiz. I've been in so many different places with videos and streaming, and I set up two wrong videos with streaming software. And so I'm actually get in here a little bit earlier than this. So I already have some people here. Y'all go ahead and leave a comment and tell me what you like about fall or what you did this weekend. It's Monday. Did y'all do anything sort of fun? I actually went to my granddaughter's 7-year-old birthday party. I can't believe she's 7 years old, and then went to a soccer game. But we're not going to talk all about that. What I do want to talk to you today about is my webinar system. Before that, I do want to make a little comment and a little plug that next week I will be talking about why you need an email list. I think today is one of the best reasons that anyone would ever have an email list and not be dependent on social media. Facebook was down. Now, I actually got a few things out first thing in the morning, and then I was like, what is up with this? And then I did a little Google search and realized it was down for everyone. And so, we're going to talk next week about the importance of not being dependent on all communication through Facebook or Twitter or Pinterest or Instagram or Snapchat or whatever all the things are. Hey, Teresa, thanks for being here. If y'all are here, just go ahead and pop a little comment in here and let me know. And also, if you are thinking about doing a webinar or you're in a niche, let us know what niche you're in. You're not going to share any secrets. It's not about any competition or anything like that. The sad thing is, I never got a chance. I have a whole affiliate system group people. I never got a chance to email them because I was just going to pop in on Facebook and say, hey, I'm going live today. But that sort of all fell apart. So I didn't get to do that. What I am going to talk about today is my webinar system. And I will be taking this video and we will put this on Facebook in our Facebook private group. And then I'll share it through email. I'm not a fan of most social media. I understand for me either. To be honest, I will just tell you where I am on social media and I'll talk a little bit more about it next week. But I'm on Facebook a lot, but it's all business. I don't go looking like that feed thing. I'm never on that page. I'm on the notifications. Who's put something in my homeschool business group? Who's put something in my family business group? Who do I need to go reply to? People have DM'd me? I got to reply to them because they use it like email. And a lot of it's all pretty much business. And, every once in a while I will go see my kids, my grandkids' pictures, but that's about it. I see some more people joining us. Leave just a message here. Tell us either what your favorite thing about fall is, what you did this weekend, or what niche you're in and what webinar niche you're thinking about doing this in. Because today, what I want to do is actually share my system and the different steps that I go through when I have a webinar. And you can follow this same system. Basically, it is I will just tell you, I offer a free webinar. Lately, I call it a master class or a class of some sort. That free webinar gives good information, but it's incomplete information. And to get all the how to do it, I sell a resource that solves the problem that they are having. And so that's the basic general idea. We're going to go into a few more details, but I offer a free webinar with incomplete information. And then sometimes in the middle and the end, I will sell that resource and that will solve their problem. So let me get started with this. The first thing that we need to do is we need to do some prep work. Okay, prep work. What kinds of things does this include? First of all, you need to think of your topic. If you're in a niche, and feel free to go ahead and put a niche. Hey, Teresa, general VA, not niche down, but I don't know. You could even help VAs. We actually considered that about 10 years ago, doing some VA resources. But anyway, I'm thinking about that. So prep work is coming up with a topic. How do we decide the topic? You need to know, what are your people's problems? What are their challenges? What are their issues? And whatever that is, you need to solve the problem. So you solve the problem in your webinar, but you don't give them all the how-tos. All right. You need to be able to tell them the benefit of watching your webinar, that they're going to learn these. Like, I have a webinar next week. I call it a masterclass in my homeschool group, and it's 3 clues to keeping Christ in Christmas. I used to do 5, but I always ran out of time, and I was like, "Just do 3, Carrie." And some of it is really good information. Some of it is in my bundle, but not all of it is. If they really wanna know how to do everything, they have to buy the resource at the end. So I have to come up with a topic. I need to come up with a day and a time. I need to come up with a title for my webinar. I eventually will need to come up with my outline for me, and I like 3 clues. If you can come up with 3 things to share, that's a good webinar. 3 things that will solve their problem for whatever that problem is. So I come up with an outline, and each of those 3 clues might have 2 or 3 points. I try to be sure I am very specific with practical, even if it's encouragement. Like, I've done things on mindset, and you're thinking, how does that? There are practical things that you can do to deal with your mind and deal with what's going on in here. So I have an outline, I have slides. The other thing you need to make a decision about is software. How are you going to deliver this? If you're going to go live, I would recommend Zoom. Now, I actually have a Zoom account. You may have a Zoom account. I don't know. So I can give, I don't know, 100, 200 people on there. The thing I like about Zoom is there's a chat going on, and there's that whole live feel. So that's one way. Or you might decide, I'm just going to do a recorded one and share that with them at a certain time. If that's the case, you could go on YouTube and record it, or you could just do it here on the camera. Like right now, I'm on YouTube Live, but you could just do a YouTube, like a live here that no one knows about, and then you share it with them, the link to this recording. And if you're doing it for the first time, that might be the easiest way to do that. You could do something that looks like it's live. And I have done this at different times. What I've done is I have recorded a live webinar, and then I share it over and over, so it appears to be alive. I use something called WebbyMate. I will leave a comment here later, and I will give you a link to WebbyMate. But it's a one-time expense. I don't know, $30 to $50, and so it's not something that you need to be paying over and over, like easy webinars, like $50 to $150 a month. So and it has really worked for me as well. So the first part of the system is you've got to do some prep work. The next thing is you need to develop some web pages. What kind of web pages do you need to do? First thing is you need to do webinar web pages. You need a registration page. You need a thank you page. So when they register, and you would be using your email service provider, I use Aweber. There's a sign up form, or you could use one of their landing pages in Aweber. If you have a good email service provider like Aweber, you can just use a landing page. So you make a landing page, they go in, they fill in their name and their email, and then they land on a thank you page. It says, thanks so much for signing up. We'll be sending you an email with all that information so you can log in. And then the final page you need to make, and I do this on my actual website, is a watch page. What I do is after I record the webinar, and after I put it up live or pre-recorded live, I put it on a web page, and it's the actual video they can watch right there on my website. And then underneath it, I have a link for my flash sale. I even put a timer on there so they can see the times counting down to the end of whatever the deal is that you're giving. You do need to have a deal in your webinar, some sort of flash sale. So for the first kind of web page you need are webinar pages. The next type of pages you need are your product pages. They are a sales page, and I would encourage you to have some sort of sales page that's not your regular one. It's a flash sale. The flash sale might be a discount on your regular price, or it may be extra bonuses that you're offering if they take you up. It might be a 48-hour flash sale. You might do a week-long flash sale. It really depends on how long you want to launch this particular resource or how long you want to run this flash sale. So that would be something. So you need for the product, you need a sales page where they actually buy it and there's a buy button and everything. Then you need a thank you for buying page. I do encourage you that when you say thank you for buying, they have to go to their email to actually get the links. Or they have to be logged into your system. For instance, I use Teachable. So they have to be logged into there and then I get their email as well. So for the product, we need a sales page and a thank you page. Then the last one is you, and these aren't really web pages, but I didn't know where else to put it. You need to deal with your shopping cart. You could use PayPal for your shopping cart and just get PayPal buttons. Or you can use WooCommerce for your shopping cart, whatever you decide to do. That will be your little links on your sales page, buy now or buy this or whatever you put. Then, depending on how you set it up, I actually use something called Thrivecart. So it already has all of this in it. But, and I'll put a link to Thrivecart as well. I like to have something called a bump, meaning they push the button and here's the product. Like for me, the Christmas bundle. I'm going to just use this as an example because I'm doing this in a week. The Christmas bundle is the main page. When they get to the shopping cart section, there's a thing that's called what we call a bump. And what it will be, I think it's my giving thanks for prayer for mothers. And it's a prayer journal. And if they want it, they just click the button and it adds it to the shopping cart at a discount. Then they go through and they go buy it. And then afterwards, after they buy it, before they get a link to wherever they're going to get their resource, it's an upsell. For me, on my Christmas one, I'm doing holiday writing lessons. So they buy the Christmas bundle at $27.37.47. There's a bump if they choose to get the giving thanks or Thanksgiving prayer journal because Thanksgiving goes with Christmas and we're selling it in October and November. They can get that. So I might make a little extra money. And then when they're finished, they bought something for holidays. So I'm going to sell them something for holiday writing lessons. It normally sells for 29. I'm going to give it to them for 19. Then finally, if they don't take that, then I have a down sell of Thanksgiving for kids. And it's a book about for kids as well. So those are just things they're already integrated in my shopping cart, but you could easily make these into 3 web pages and you can sort of create your own little bump, upsell, and downsell. The other thing you need to consider is when you are selling this flash sale, is it going to be a discounted price? And if they do they need a coupon? And what is the coupon code? So for web pages, we need to have webinar web pages, registration, thank you page, watch pages, product sold pages, the sales page and the thank you page, and then our shopping cart information. All right, then the next part of our system is, thank goodness not, well, we could have social. Emails. What kind of emails are you going to send? This to me is really the bulk of the system. We need pre-emails that promote it. I usually use 3 pre-emails. And then I will take a week or 2 to promote it. And I will send those emails every few days. So we need pre-emails. We need reminder emails. Those are the day of. I send something at the very beginning of the day. Hey, in case you can't find the link to our masterclass, here it is. And then there are different ways I do it, but I almost always send an email 1 hour before and 15 minutes before. And they are just reminder emails so that, because people forget, they get busy. And most people, not me, but they get notifications for all their emails. So they'll get a little notification for that. Pre-emails, reminder emails, post emails. Okay. What are those post emails? The first one is immediately after your webinar, you need to send a recap of whatever the deal is that you are giving, whether that's a discount, whether that's a fast bonus or whatever. You want to send immediate recap. Let me see what we're saying. Are the pre-emails for those already registered or everyone on your list? Okay, here's what I do. I segment my list. If they sign up on email pre-email 1, they don't get pre-email 2 and 3. If they sign up on pre-email 2, they don't get pre-email 3. The only people, I guess I should write this down. Let me write this down. So on my emails, I've got I have reminder. I was looking to see if y'all could see this. And then I have post. Okay. And then I'll just put them here. I've got product. We'll get to it. So pre-email, if they sign up, I tag them in my email system because I don't need to bother them some more trying to get them to sign up. If they've already bought the product, I don't need to send it to them either. So those people don't get included in pre-emails. My reminder emails are only for those people that have actually registered. Okay. But I do something a little differently. I used to not. I used to only send post emails to people that had registered. But I've changed and I've started sending it to my entire list because I think some people may not sign up, but when they get some of these post emails, they're like, I want to go watch that replay. I think I'll go watch it. Now, I have a way to actually tag them when they open these emails and tag them when they click on the link. And then I can send more specific emails. But I have a post email like 30 minutes after I'm finished, they get an email with a recap. The very next day, the post email is a replay. And so the replay will get put up there and then they can do it. Now, I have different deadlines, different bonuses, and all that. So the post emails from there just go according to whatever your launch is. How are you going to encourage them to buy? Do you have deadlines? Do you have a special bonus that ends? Do you have a special price that ends in 2 days and another one that ends in 3 days or whatever? The rest of this just depends on how you set up your flash sale. So we have pre-emails, reminder emails, and post emails. Thank you, Hillary, catching a replay when I missed registering. I used to not do that because I didn't want to bother them, but I thought, there are times I miss registering and then I'm like, oh, I think I'll go watch it. All right, so post emails are still selling the product. This pre-email is selling the webinar, registering the webinar. The reminder is reminding the email. Post is selling whatever that product is, whatever the resource is that you sold on the webinar. Then we have product emails. What are these? These are links to your product, or I usually send something immediately that is a link to the product, tells them, welcome, here's what to expect. Then I have the next day, did you get it? Hey, did you get that link? And that's probably one of my biggest replies. I get lots of replies on, hey, just checking to see if you got my email. So that is number 2. And it is 24 hours after the immediate one. And then after that is a follow-up. It may be a follow-up telling them what to expect, or here's lesson 3 or 2 or whatever. But in that follow-up, I will always include another offer of some sort. So if they get my maximize revenue course, well, actually, let's go back to Christmas. If they go through the Christmas thing, and I will tell you right now, my post emails, if they haven't bought it, I think by in 5 days, I actually give them a down sell and offer them one of the books at a discount. It's one of my best selling books for Christmas. And so they will get that, and they only have 24 hours to do that. With my product, like with this Christmas one, I haven't really thought about it, but I am probably going to offer holiday writing lessons 2 weeks into whatever they are and just give them a chance to sort of digest the information that they have bought and then give them another offer. So that I would say within at least 1 week or 2 weeks, you want to be offering them another flash sale, because if they've bought one thing from you, they're interested and they like what you see. That's one thing that I sort of forget. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should sell something to them again. But hey, I have just been really impressed as I looked at my numbers and I've looked more at my analytics, my stats the last year or two. I have people that buy something and then they buy again and again and again. And those are the people that I want to help. Those are the people I want to serve, are the people that are actually buying something from me. Now, if y'all have questions, like Hillary did, please feel free to leave them. I'll stay for a few more minutes. And I just want to say thank y'all for coming and being able to get here because Facebook was down. I am going to talk all about that next week and how we do not want to be dependent on social media and Facebook. You have got to grow your email list. And the reason I was able to communicate with you and send you a link, and then it was the wrong link because I needed streaming software and I didn't realize I set it up wrong on YouTube. And, a few minutes later, I sent you another link. So, how and why? Because I had an email list. All right. Jumping on here late, Justina, I have a planning your money making webinar course. Are the same ideas in there that are covering? Yes, they are. This is more specific. And one thing I think I will probably do is take some of this information and put it in a printable or some sort of flow chart that will go along with it. One thing I have done is I've had some of those courses, like that one's been around for a couple years. And so I need to sort of go back and tweak and make sure that what I had in there 2 years ago is matching up with this. Because I can tell you right now, these post emails, they changed this year. And so, yes, I need to probably update some of that information. This will be a replay, yes, because it's public on YouTube. You can come back and watch it anytime. When Facebook reappears to life, we will put it in the Facebook Family eBiz library as well. Because if y'all don't know about it, in the Family eBiz Facebook private group, I don't know, I probably have 15 or 20 videos or more just giving things. I know that last spring I went every week. It was a different way that you could monetize your list, a different way that I personally actually make money from my business that's online. So yes, this will be a replay on YouTube, and I would think you could use the exact same link, but it's live streaming. I'm almost positive you actually can, but I will actually be sending it out through an email this week to everyone as well. So any other questions before I close out? I am working on a master class for later in October, but I don't have the topic yet. So y'all be watching your email for that as well. Okay. You're welcome, Justina. Thank y'all so much for spending time here. Thank you for being here. It's always so encouraging to hear from you. If y'all have any questions, send me an email, Carrie@familyebiz.com, and we can maybe get back on Facebook and have some chats as well. Y'all have a great day. I am Carrie Beck with Family eBiz. Y'all are welcome. Thank you. How do you come up with so many topics? Well, next week's is because of what happened today with Facebook. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best topic. I mean, I can't imagine how many millions of dollars Facebook is losing in ads. I listen, I see what people are interested in. For this, I will say, Justina, this really I could use this, not completely, and sell that webinar course. It's things that I know, they're things that I can pretty much pull out of the top of my head pretty quickly. This whole thing, I probably plan this in 10 or 15 minutes because it's just who I am and it's what I do. And so I don't know, it's just different parts. I will say one thing. We've had an online business since 2002 or three, and I've learned a lot. Although it was a hobby business till about a year ago, and there was a time from '04 to '08, it wasn't a hobby business. It supported our entire family. But so I've been studying a lot of this and tweaking a lot of it. So I just sort of come up with ideas and look and see what people are talking about in our groups and what people are asking questions about. And then one thing I will say, and you may have didn't catch this, Justina, and I will repeat this, because in the prep work, we need to come up with a topic and we want to give them good information that is incomplete. Good information that is incomplete, because the complete information comes in the resource that you sell on the webinar. Christmas next week, I'm doing 3 clues to keep Christ in Christmas. That's only 3 things out of my entire bundle, and all the things you could do. And all the time saving recipes and whatever. I've got unit studies in there, all sorts of things. So that's one thing. I know if you got on here late, you may have missed in the webinar. I always give good but incomplete information. You're right. The things that well, you're right, Hillary. The things that come easy to me are the best to teaching, and others need. I completely agree. I don't take lightly that I assume just because I know something other people don't. This to me is super easy to do, probably because I do one or two of these every single month. And that's what I think hit me. I had talked about systems last week or 2 weeks ago, and I was like, oh my goodness, webinar system, easy. My husband used to have a course called Wildly Wealthy Webinars. We got this down, although we haven't really taught it as much. We've got that small course in the Teachable thing, but he had a whole thing on videos and screenshots and everything. Now, we'll say it's outdated according to what's going on, and I probably need to completely redo that. And maybe I will sometime in the next year. So, anyway, thanks so much for staying with me. Y'all are great. I am Carrie Beck with Family eBiz. Y'all have a great evening.